Hey guys, this is Hand of Justice, and we're here today to look at a budget / artisan version of the Selesnya Enchantments deck. So I've just recently been playing a Selesnya Enchantments deck on ladder with fight rigging, which has been so much fun. And if you want to see that series, check out my previous video. If you click into my channel, it should be there from I think from yesterday. But I'll have a link in the description here for the budget list of this deck, and then maybe I'll also put a link there for the full version as well, just so you can kind of check that out. But yeah, for the budget version here, basically this is just all common and uncommon wild cards. So I want this to be as open to anyone as possible. If you don't have the rare or the mythic wild cards to assemble the full version of the deck, this is hopefully going to be something sort of close. Yeah, I just threw this together here a little while ago, and I'm excited to take this out into a standard best of one event and just see how we do. So the first thing I would say is if you do decide to build the full version of the deck, start with the lands, because not having untapped lands coming in is kind of rough. So if you don't have like your green-white pain lands, or if you don't have the like Razorverge Thickets, those are great to get. But basically how this deck works is it's missing a lot of the power of the full version, of course, but you still have cards like Jukai Naturalist, which will give you a creature that has lifelink, and then decrease the cost of all your enchantment spells by 1. And then we have Ossification for removal. I added in some planar disruptions for some more removal. We have Michiko's Reign of Truth to come in and give you a huge buff to one of your creatures so you can start bashing in. And then this will turn eventually into another creature itself. You've got Spirited Companion for card draw, Generous Visitor to put counters on your guys. Fang of Shigeki as a Death Touch creature there that is also sort of aggressive. And then you've got Audacity to throw on whatever you want to start bashing in with Trample. Commune of Spirits helps find more enchantments and more gas to put in the tank. And then you've got Hopeful Vigil as kind of a little bit of a value card here, which gives you a creature and also as an enchantment. And then you can sack it to Scry later. So yeah, just kind of more to sort of fill out the deck. We do have 4 come into play tapped lands that give you 1 life, so hopefully help a little bit against like the mono-red matchup. This is the best we can find here for duels with just commons and uncommons. And then Cabaret Courtyard can go and find either plains or a forest, and also gets you a life in the process. So with that said, we've got 21 sources here, 15 that can produce green, 13 that can produce white, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. If you are new here, I do try to get a video out every day, and thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like my content. If you do, please consider subscribing. It really does help. And then for my returning viewers, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. I always appreciate you stopping by. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, here we go. So again, we are up against fully teched out other players that have, you know, rares and mythics and all that, but we are just playing with commons and uncommons. And I want to show you that hopefully this deck is still somewhat viable. If you are climbing up on ladder, you can use this. And, you know, if you don't have access to any rares or mythics, this is a good way to kind of get started. All right, so this opening is okay. We have 3 cards we can't play because we don't have the right kind of mana. We are on the draw, so maybe we can draw out of it. Visitor into Audacity is kind of fun. So maybe we should mulligan this here, but we do have, I think, 13 sources of white, so we do have a decent chance of drawing some way to produce white. So that's maybe a little bit better than like a 25% chance to draw. So we've got a couple draws to get there. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it and just sort of try it out. Okay, so we did draw Blossoming Sands. Super happy about that. And I'm going to go ahead and just get that down. Since we don't have too many creatures to play on turn 1, like missing the turn 1 visitor does hurt a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, Wretched Throng. I've not seen this before. Oh, okay, so it just kind of goes and finds more of itself. Alright, so let's get Generous Visitor going, and then we can throw an Audacity on it. Okay, Headless Rider. Okay. So yeah, I think maybe the play here is just to start using like Disruption or Ossification, just so they can't go and find more nonsense. So I guess let's use, I suppose Disruption is slightly weaker of the two. And I think maybe let's get rid of the, let's see, another dies. Okay, so we should remove it if we're going to want to attack in, because when we play this, this will make this guy a 5/3, then we can attack through the Throng. But let's go ahead and Ossification the Rider. So they can go and find another guy here if they want to chump, but at least we're able to attack through. Duality. Oh, that's cool. Okay, now I think we should, since they're kind of going off here, maybe we can just Planar Disruption and keep bashing. Okay, so that wasn't great since they could just use the exploit. Kind of a cool combo deck here. So maybe should have been a little bit more patient there with our removal. Alright, I guess let's go ahead and set up our Naturalist here. We do really want some more White Sources. This is really hurting us quite a bit. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand really quickly. Oh, man. Well, this is a very cool deck. I've not seen this one before. I guess we can do Ossification maybe on their, probably one of their Champion of Perish. It's going to be just insanely huge. But yeah, I feel like we're going to get overwhelmed here very, very quickly. very super, yeah, super cool deck we're up against. Okay, so then whenever a non-token zombie dies, they get more 2/2 black zombies. Yeah, this is pretty much over. But then we just take, yeah, this is over. Have not seen the zombie deck. That was kind of cool to sort of see him go off. So 0-1 so far. Hopefully we can kind of fight back here a little bit and get a better record. But yeah, I'd love some feedback from you guys. If you like seeing these budget decks and standard events, let me know what you think. I think they're fun. Okay, we've got all of our kinds of mana, so let's go ahead and keep. Hopefully we don't get run over by some more zombies. And I guess we could just go ahead and get our mana going. Commune is fun too. Yeah, I think we're gonna need white eventually, so let's just go ahead and do that. And I think let's just go ahead and lead out with a Vigil here. So next turn maybe we can commune and try to find like Michiko's Reign of Truth. So here they probably take Planar Disruption. All right, let's go ahead and swing in. And then here we're just going to go ahead and drop a Fang of Shigeki and Spirited Companion. They could be playing something like Glissa this turn, so we want to hold our Planar Disruption. Dread Knight is another card here that is totally okay for us to Planar Disruption, but I think they might have like Sheldred or something kind of bigger and nastier, so I'm okay with trading some of this stuff potentially. We can go Michiko's Reign of Truth and just add another Fang of Shigeki to the board here. So I think for pushing, let's get our Fang down first, and then we can go Michiko's Reign of Truth on the Companion. There's the Glissa. That's kind of what we were expecting. Let's see. Let's put this Doesn't really matter on the Spirited Companion. Now we can Planar Disruption to Glissa. And let's put some counters here, I guess, on the Companion. Okay, they've got Glissa number 2. Let's go ahead and play out some threats here. I think here we want to just push for as much as we can. So maybe we put the counter... Guess we could put it on Visitor. I mean, honestly, since it has First Strike, I want to keep our Visitor more, so maybe we put it on like the Fang of Shigeki. Just to like max out damage here. Let's see, I think then we put it on this other one here. Where's the first one going? Yeah, okay, so let's put it on this one too. And then we'll just send. Fortunately, they had the cut down, so we're only going to be pushing 3 here. Preacher's super nasty. Okay, but now we can at least get rid of the Glissa. So we Glissa, and we get some visitor tokens. Can sort of move those around a little bit. So I think let's put the counters here on our Spirited Companion. That way we'll be able to push with both of these. So if we attack with these 3, they'll have to block at least 1. If we send everything, they go up to 4. These are both lethal, so they have to block both of those. Yeah, I think we do it like this, and like this, and then block, block, they take 3. So actually, maybe we put 1 on like the visitor here. Or I guess Fang of Shigeki, because they're forced to block here and here. Yeah, if they block here and here, then we're still pushing 4, and that should be lethal. And then we full send. Yeah. So that should be game. All right, 1-1. Okay, we've got all sources of mana. Hand looks good. Happy to keep. And yeah, I think actually now let's just lead out with Forest into Visitor since we've got 2 mana here. We can do this a little bit later. And I think here let's just go Visitor plus Courtyard. We could go Jukai Naturalist here, but I want to get like all the benefits, so let's do this instead. And I think we want the extra white here. We've got a lot of white going on. So... hopefully we're not walking into temporary lockdown. That would suck. All right, let's start with Naturalist and see if we can push a little bit here. And we'll just kind of spread out our threats here a little bit. And then let's go Hopeful Vigil next. I think just making 2/3/3s feels good, because then if they have like the 2/2 instant speed enchantment, we can go ahead and fight through that. So they might have the temporary lockdown, which would suck, but we gotta just sort of hope they don't. Depopulate would also be bad. And Sunfall. So. Okay, so now they probably got Wandering Emperor. Yeah, I think we just walk into it, but let's go ahead and commune here maybe first. I like Audacity. We don't have... we could pick up a Forest here or like another Ossification. We already have so much removal. Let's just get the Audacity here. And then we'll just full send. I guess we could... let's see. Yeah, no, we'd have to target one of our own guys. So that doesn't really work. Yeah, because I guess if we played Ossification, we'd still have to target something here and exile it, so... oh, I guess we could have played it since it's an opponent controls, so we could have just played that for an extra 2 damage, get them to 1, but I'm fine just going ahead and just sitting. Yeah, still getting used to this deck. So we could have Ossification with no targets and then just gotten the extra triggers off Visitor if we wanted to. Here we're probably walking into some sort of board wipe. And I guess that's going to do it. All right, 2 and 1. Alright, we have 2 visitors. Even though we don't have white sources, I'm really happy with this hand. We've got a lot to do here, so happy to keep. We do have 13 white sources, so should have a decent chance of drawing into it. But now we can go like visitor into like visitor audacity, and that still feels pretty good. Okay, another Golgari deck. I think let's try to push damage a little bit. We could spread out our threats here, but yeah, maybe it's better to spread out threats. Still, I kind of want to just push damage. Okay, desperately need a white source. So yeah, probably would have been a little bit better to spread out damage there. Hit him for 1 less, but we'd have a 3/3. So that is probably the better play. Really need white. Yeah, I guess we just send Fang of Shigeki and sit. Suppose we're also like, maybe it's better to hang back here since it will be a 4/4. Yeah, so maybe we just pass. If they have Liliana, that's trouble also. I don't know if we want to play this land out. I guess we could use it once we get the extra white here with the have some like extra mana stuff to do here. Yeah, super happy to trade here with Fang. And there's the Glissa. Oof. This could be lights out. We definitely don't want to double block Lord Skitter. That just seems like we're totally giving up. Okay, finally drew a white source. Now we can use Planar Disruption on Glissa, and then start double pumping and pushing. I think that's going to be the play. So here I think we do want to make a 4/4 so we can kind of keep these things back. And yeah, we want to just, I think, hang out here a little bit because we're trading 4 damage for 7, so that doesn't feel very good. They also can make these Restless Cottages, and oof, Liliana's gonna be a beating.
And for once it's not my fault. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Definitely starting to get outvalued here. Yeah, they just want to draw a card here, but I think it's fine. We don't want to take the damage. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get a companion going. Liliana is annoying, but we do kind of want to just end this game too if we can. Like, how are we actually winning this game? Yeah, maybe we need to threaten Liliana though, because this will definitely start adding up quickly. And if they want to fight over it, that's great. Go for the throat is rough, though. Okay, so Michiko's Rand of Truth doesn't really help us since we don't have Trample. And they can just block with their Dread Knight. But, I mean, we can go, like, Companion into Michiko's, which isn't terrible. So it's actually fine. And then I think let's just hold this forest just to make them think that maybe they want to discard.
Drop it.
So I think we just take this here. This way we can try to threaten Liliana. Now let's pump the companion so we can start threatening Liliana. We're still like super behind here, but trying to draw our way out of it. I think we want to keep these around for now. So does disruption? Disruption helps us for sure. We can use that on their Dread Knight. I guess like Fang of Shigeki is good like for their Trespasser. Could also Hopeful Vigil. Yeah, I think we just want planar disruption now. Now we can start pushing some damage through. Problem is they can just like activate Cottage and just push in for quite a bit. So I think that's going to do it here. We're going to drop to 1. I don't think there's any draw we can get here that'll pull us out of this. Plus they can gain another 3 life here off their Cottage. Yeah, that's going to do it. All right, 2 and 2. Can we go positive? Can we at least win another game? Let's see. Also, I would love to hear from you guys if you want to put in the comments, like if you were to build a Artisan or just common and uncommon wildcard Selesnya enchantment deck, how would you build it? Like, what would you use instead? Okay, opening hand looks great. Let's go ahead and keep. Guess we'll start here with the Blossoming Sands. Let's go find a Plains. And yeah, let's just get another Plains. Okay, so we still get the trigger even though the spell doesn't resolve. So this looks sort of like maybe Esper Legends? Or like Esper midrange. They're going to take Planar Disruption, probably. Michiko's here, but that doesn't feel super amazing. We could ossify the bat to get our Planar Disruption back, which I think is fine, because we don't want them to be able to like Rafine into some more nonsense. Okay, there's Rafine. And now we can get Spirited Companion going. So we're going to need some more action here pretty soon, though, because we are definitely out of gas and flooding badly. Okay, so now they're planning to do full Virtue. It's pretty nasty. I think that might be pretty close to lights out, unfortunately. Don't have a lot of good attacks here. Yeah, the double Rafine was pretty much, I think, what might have sealed it here for us. So we're not quite in chump mode, but we're getting very close. Excuse me. Ooh, and another loyalty to add on top of it. Yeah, this is pretty much it. I think if I were to rebuild this budget deck, I'd probably use like Borrowed Time. Being able to actively like remove something does seem better than just having the Planar Disruption or some mix. Who knows? But yeah, I think this is basically over. Double block here. If they have nonsense, we're just done. And that is going to do it. All right, so we only went 2 and 3. So didn't quite get there with this deck. Probably a better way to build it. It was fun though. Thanks guys for watching, and yeah, we will see you here for the next one. Here again is the build of the deck for the budget version. So yeah, having untapped lands would be great. Maybe some more removal like Borrowed Time, something like that. But yeah, the overall power level did feel pretty weak on this one. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.